So if you want to be successful, you have to stop making excuses. And I'm not saying we never have excuses. Like, oh, Thomas or Allie got sick and I wasn't able to do this or that. Like, shit happens, life happens. But when it keeps happening over and over, and then at the end of the day, we know that we're the problem. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, totally throwing in some Taylor Swift there. But we have to realize there's only so many other outside factors until it ultimately falls back on us.
Welcome to the Legalpreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Sager, founder and CEO of Legalpreneur Inc. As a serial entrepreneur and someone that works exclusively with small business owners legally protecting their business, I'm dedicated to covering common legal issues faced by business owners, providing you with the business knowledge you need to catapult your business's growth and showing you just how some of the world's most elite entrepreneurs have handled these legal and business issues themselves. In true attorney fashion, the information in this episode is not legal advice. This is for informational purposes only, and you should always consult with your attorney before implementing any of the information in the show.
Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of the Legalpreneur Podcast. I'm really excited about today's episode because I don't think I've ever done an episode like this before. And quite frankly, it just hit me like this is how I create content. Basically, it's like, I really want to make a great episode, and then it just like boom hits me in the face, and that's what happened here. So the title, "Why You Aren't Successful Yet." This came to me because many times lately, I have these moments where I'm like, man, why aren't we there yet? Why aren't we there yet? And I know I'm successful. And quite frankly, the title is clickbaity, because you're successful too. You are successful. And I say yet because we get to where we want to be, or we make great progress, and then we kind of get down on ourselves. And we're like, oh, why aren't we there yet? It's like we have to appreciate how far we've come first. And we have to be grateful for all the work we've put in, grateful for how far we've come so far. But there is one specific reason that I think a lot of us aren't hitting our goals. There's a lot of reasons, but I think one of them, number one, it's just excuses. We have these excuses, and I'm very, very guilty of this. It's because I had this big plan of making this big dollar amount, and we didn't get it. And I'm like, damn it, like what's going on? Why didn't we get there? Da, da, da. And I come up with this reason and that reason. And then I'm like, but Andrea, I think it's you just not putting in all the work. Like the results are showing the amount of work that you've put in. And don't get me wrong, like I work very, very hard, but there's still things like I could have done to make it happen. And so what I have been doing now is really scripting and designing out what I want my life and the business to look like. Because I used to think, and I think a lot of people have experienced this, I used to think, the whole passive income thing, like, oh, work 5 hours a week and make $1 million. That's just not how it works. Maybe eventually you can get there, but you got to put in a lot of work, a lot of work. And right now, basically what's been happening lately is like, oh, I'm okay. I can go do this. I can only work this much today and we'll still be okay. We'll still do this. We'll still do that. No, it's excuses. And quite frankly, in order to get past that hump, in order to get there, we have to be accountable. We have to take self-accountability. And if we're not being accountable to ourselves, we're never going to get there. So if you want to be successful, you have to stop making excuses. And I'm not saying we never have excuses. Like, oh, Thomas or Allie got sick and I wasn't able to do this or that. Like shit happens, life happens. But when it keeps happening over and over, and then at the end of the day, we know that we're the problem. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, totally throwing in some Taylor Swift there. But we have to realize there's only so many other outside factors until it ultimately falls back on us. And we have to take that accountability. Number one, we're leaders. We have to be accountable and show the team, hey, I'm the leader and I'm taking accountability for this. And if we want to be if we all want to be on the same mission, the same team, we all have to be accountable. But if the leader's not taking accountability, nobody else will either. So I want to encourage you, if you've been wondering or if something's been in your mind, oh, why am I not there yet? Why am I not successful? Why am I not hitting this goal or that goal? Get really critical. Sometimes it sucks to just face the fact that, wow, I haven't been like putting in the work. I haven't been doing a great job. Maybe you've been doing good enough to get by, but if you want greatness, you have to do great things. And quite frankly, if you want greatness, it's not just going to happen overnight. It's not going to come easily. You have to put in the work. And if you're not putting in the work, I think the team that you have will see like, oh, well, they're doing things half-assed. Like I can do things half-assed. So if you're wondering, oh, I'm not successful yet. Oh, I haven't hit these goals, or oh, why am I not there yet? You really have to take a hard look, take accountability, and just know, okay, I'm going to do better. And if you keep, so for me, I'm like, okay, this is what I want to be different. This is what I want to be different. And then I realize, okay, I do it for a little bit, but I don't actually make the change. Change is really hard. Change is really hard. So if you want drastic change, you have to take drastic measures. I love playing poker, and I think poker is a great escape for me. But I also have to make a decision like, hey, do I want to be a professional poker player or do I want to grow this legalpreneur empire? Because a lot of times on Fridays, I will take my laptop and work from the poker club, which is totally cool, totally fun, because I actually get business from it. Because people are like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what do you do for work? And I tell them like, oh my gosh, I need help with this. I need help with that. I'm like, great, cool, let's do it. But there are still things, more productive things that I could be doing than sitting at the poker club half-ass working. And I understand that sometimes it's okay, but why not be more intentional with my time and work a couple of, maybe 2 or 3 hard hours on Friday morning and then go play poker and not have to worry about work. I feel like I'm just rambling and kind of like talking to myself at this point. But y'all can hear my pep talk to myself. Basically, that's what this is. And I know I'm successful. I am successful. But we haven't been hitting our numbers. And it's disappointing. Which I will say, January was a way higher month. I think January was higher than any month that we had in 2022. So I know like we are on the up and up. Like things are good. Things are great. But I'm just like, I want to be great. I don't want to be good. Like I want to be great. So just letting y'all know, February, putting in a lot more hard work to get there. I hope this is helpful. I know this is kind of me talking to myself. But hopefully it's helpful. Let me know because I can keep doing this. Maybe that'll be Friday episodes, pep talks with Andrea. Y'all can just hear my own pep talk to myself. If you don't like it, let me know and I will never do another one. So I hope you have a great weekend. Happy Friday.
Here at Legalpreneur, we're committed to providing a supportive legal community for all business owners. I know how scary the legal stuff can be. If you found this information helpful, I would be so grateful if you could share it with a fellow business owner. And quite frankly, it doesn't cost anything to rate, review, or subscribe to the show. Your support helps me reach more listeners, which allows me to support more business owners in their entrepreneurial journey. Have any questions or comments about the show? Feel free to drop me a line on Instagram. I promise I read all of the messages and comments. And if you want to be a guest on the show or know someone that would make a great guest, simply fill out our application form and a team member will reach out if we think it's a good fit. I'll see you in the next episode.